Greetings, everyone. How's everybody doing today? Coming in with Gabrielle. And how's everybody doing? How are you all? Happy Friday. Today is Venus Day. We're going to be talking about the moon work, but while I'm here waiting for Gabrielle, I'll talk a little bit about Venus and what Venus is doing today. Venus, for the last couple days, has been in opposition. Okay, here's Gabrielle to the um, South Node. Let's see if I can get her. Oh, all right. She coming. Is it gonna let you in, Gabrielle? Let's see. There you are. Invite you. Um, Venus has been, first of all, Venus has been in Libra, which is just a beautiful energy, but the South Node has also been there. So we have been in the process of releasing old relationship patterns, letting go, accept. All right, here she comes. Yay! Hi, darling. Welcome, welcome.
Hey.
Um,
Hello, Instagram land.
I was just talking about the South Node moving through Libra and how
Hmm.
Venus is also been in Libra and all of that lover energy, that power that gives us the energy that gives us the power to really embody our feelings. And with the South Node there, how we get to let go of old emotional patterns.
Oh, yes. Did you see that arrow? Did you see that arrow? That arrow came from 12 years old. Okay, that was an old arrow from emotional patterns. Did you be like, why am I like this?
That's right. That is right. And this work is so profound to follow the natural cycles of the moon and the astrology because it tells you where you are and what to do, right?
It really
Like,
does. Yeah.
yes, if you follow the symbol. So, today is a Venus day, Oshun day.
Oh yes, let me get pretty for her. I gotta do my filters now. Shun don't play now. I don't play by. There we go. This there she goes. She like,
Right.
hey, I'm in the building.
Yes, Pehadu.
Yes,
Yes. So we really,
Aphrodite.
I know, and it's a really beautiful, there's a lot of conversations online right now about what it means to be feminine.
Yes.
And, I think that everybody has to come to that on their own. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like define your own way with that because we all are healing old patterns, emotional patterns. But I will say the first thing about the feminine is that she governs the emotional world.
She does that indeed.
So
Mm.
what you got to say about it? What you got to say about
It's
Haru
it's
energy?
so interesting. My husband was working through something with one of his friends who's a lady,
Hmm.
and it's been a minute. Like they've been in it, and I was like, "Look at you! You're such a strong tree. Just be taking the wins." Like he really. That's the dichotomy
Hmm.
of the feminine and the masculine.
Yeah.
Like that's what we're looking for as women are these strong trees of men who understands the nature of the
Hmm.
feminine, understands she's changeable, she's going to be moving, she's going to be here and there,
Right.
she's constantly in the flow and the currency of the way feelings move through us.
Yes, yes,
And his job is to be the strong
yes,
tree.
yes.
That is
To stand
the
still.
to stand still and be rooted and
That's right.
grounded
That's
because we
right.
doing all the other
That's
stuff.
right. And to know that we need to do all the other stuff. Like that
We're designed that way.
we're designed to do all the other stuff. We're designed to feel the feelings. We're designed to see the visions. We're designed to be in the imagination.
Yep.
And the more we can trust our environment to be in that, then our creative power really flows. And then we actually can generate new realities, which is
Exactly.
like having a baby, but it's not only having a baby. It
Right.
is right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's interesting about this Libra South Node because
Mhm.
I was having a thought yesterday, and you and I have come through various teachers,
Mhm.
some masculine, some in feminine bodies, and most of the work that we have come to know and experience ourselves is that the feminine needs her freedom.
Mm-hmm.
And in some spaces, I'm like, you let females run crazy and wild over there. That's just, I can't do that. But that is a part of the beauty of the feminine learning herself again. And that is where we are in time,
That's right.
is we have to be rewilded.
That's
We have
right.
to really come to the senses of really having no restraints, no limitations on who we can be,
Right.
no limitations on what we can do in the world, anything. We have to become rewilded to actually know ourselves again and what we are truly capable of, because we have been highly conditioned to keep
Exactly.
it clean
That's
and neat and fit
right.
inside this box and do very well here, but
Mm-hmm.
not there.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
so, for the first time ever, it really is hitting me that one of these men that means so much to me, his philosophy, I finally let myself push past
Mm-hmm.
the idea, because I have had an incredible amount of freedom. If anything, I felt I've had too much.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still in my self-development journey
Of course.
around things are not necessarily mistakes. Because I was
Oh.
so free and I created X, Y,
Mm-hmm.
and Z, I have judged myself that I had too much freedom. That's why I created that. I had too much freedom. I need constraints. I need
Mm-hmm.
restraints. I'm a double visionary. I
Mm-hmm.
have all the freedom in the world. I create stupid things because I have so much freedom. I need somebody to help guide me so I don't do
Mm-hmm.
stupid things like that again.
Mm-hmm. Which is just a judgment, is
It's
what I hear you
just
say.
a judgment of
Right.
myself that
Right.
I have been moving through, I've been pushing through, and I'm really starting to understand the true essence of me personally embracing having no limitations, of
Yes.
where I can be, who I can be, how I can show up, what I can have,
Yes.
what I can create in a multitude of
Yeah.
things. Oh, I have 4 children. You can't be this because you have 4 children.
Right.
That's fake.
Yes.
The only way that is real is if I accept it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm really coming outside of some boxes that I put myself in, and nobody else really around me
Mm-hmm.
put me in them. I just, well, I can't say that. Just conversations growing up with elders, they tell you
Mm-hmm.
certain things. Well, you're a mama now. What you need don't matter no
Right.
more.
Right.
Or
Mm-hmm.
you're a wife now. Your personal life, those are pushed to the side.
Right. Yeah. And none of that is real. It's a very interesting thing because my whole philosophy is that women need time to be with themselves and with themselves only. I really
Yeah.
believe that. I have been in relationships all my life. I have a child. I've been married, and it's not about romantic stuff. We need freedom from our best friends. We need freedom from, the girlfriend clan. We need freedom to find how we think on our own, to feel what we feel, to know our own individual selves so that we know what we
Yeah.
bring. You know what I mean? If you
Yeah.
don't know yourself, if you don't understand how you think and what works for you and your imagination and your feelings, if you don't have any um, intimate relationship with yourself, then you really don't have anything to offer anybody else. And
No.
we've been given these things, you get to be a mother, or you get to be a wife, or you get to be, but don't be any of those things before you are yourself. And,
Right.
there's some luxury in there because I feel like we're still at a time when we are in the condition of finding a relationship and before we find who we are. But we're starting to see now the value, because here's the thing that in my world, the men who are ready for partnering and creating families and being, kings, will look for women who are grounded in themselves and
Yeah.
not women who are attempting to ground themselves in the man.
Yeah.
Because when a woman is grounded in herself and she understands herself and she has wisdom and knowledge and tools and resources, then not only is she good for herself, but she's better for everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And if the woman is half cooked, she just her container isn't strong enough to weather the winds that go through her,
Right.
the emotions that,
Right.
right? Like her container isn't strong enough to actually be able to manage all of that energy that is going to be moving through her. And that's the thing that I feel, that's why I love the moon work. I love the moon work because it is this magical practice that really allows us, and we'll say, Rakim Sekou created the moon work. I added Western astrology to it. I know.
Shout out.
Shout out. You know what I mean? Like I just am not in a place in my life right now where I'm leaning into masculine wisdom on a regular basis because I really want to get to know myself.
True. I get
I
that. I'm
really
really starting
want
to
to
see that.
understand my own ideas and my own feelings and not needing somebody to affirm it for me. See, I have the South Node in Libra. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm really releasing
Yeah.
an old
Yeah.
pattern of looking outside of myself for validation, for affirmation, for appreciation, for to appropriate, whatever it is. It's like, really, can I come home to myself and trust my higher self above anyone else's advice? And that has been a real intense experience for me. It's not been easy. But the
Yeah.
moon work.
Yes.
So this month we are going to be working with the new moon in Sagittarius and the full moon in Cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And Gabrielle is fully partnered with me in this work, in this process. And thank you. I'm so happy to have you.
I'm so excited, Monique. Oh my God. It's really glorious.
Yes. So tell me because you've been tell me how the moon work supports you.
So, my mind went really ethereal. I'm gonna kind of bring it down a little bit, but still bring some of that. So, most of us are looking for systems to anchor us into daily reality. That's what religion is for us. And when we think of what religion is, when we take all of the woo woo out of it and the God is going to get you out of it, it is a systematic daily life practice. Getting the Bible, reading your devotionals, understanding the word. You can do all that with the moon work. If anything, it's going to help you become more systemized with the way that you bring any practice to a daily reality. So what the moon work is for me, we know that everything on this planet is living in cycles, and the moon is one of the shortest cycles. And it's so close to us. The moon is right there. We get to see it every day. We get to really have a relationship with her. And she governs water. And we're like over 70% water. So our moods, all data confirms that the moon influences us. You go to the hospital, there are higher check-ins during the full moon.
Yes.
You check the psychiatrist, they will tell you there are higher psych ward people coming in during the new moon because that's the dark moon. These things are not only nature-based, but we have been on the planet long enough to actually collect data and see how the moon influences us.
Yes.
So you have the science and data part that we all need, which is certainty. It brings a level of certainty, but then you also have the freedom aspect to create, to expand, to know that you have a rhythm that you can bring any concept or idea to and say, I want to bring this to fruition. I want to expand this, whether that's something materialistic, whether it's personal development, whether it's an aspect of healing. And Spirit today said, throw the word healing away, Gabrielle. And I was like, why? I was like, it's just self-development. Stop putting band-aids on it and call it what it is. You're developing yourself. And so that's something I'm gonna bring to the moon this month is like, hey, there's nothing for me to heal from. I am whole and perfect and complete within myself.
It's true.
I am here to develop myself. If there's an area of weakness that I have, I'm here to strengthen it. If there is an area that I may be excessive in, I'm here to balance it out. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so we're real. Monique and I are snobs when it comes to all this stuff. I ain't gonna
Say
lie.
your own name. Don't tell nobody. Don't tell on me. Tell
Well,
on
who
you.
else I'm doing it with? I mean, who else am I doing? Who else am I on the phone with on my personal time?
Oh, I'm kidding. I know you're right. It's you are we are. But okay, go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, and so, you know, we have been doing this work for so long. We initiated in the moon work 10 years ago or so, maybe more. And we have been utilizing it, studying it, collecting data, creating courses, creating multitude of programs
Yes.
for self-development and healing and different aspects of societal needs.
Mm-hmm.
And what we have found is everything is rhythmic. Everything can be bought from concept to material.
Mm-hmm.
And the earth has already provided the systems we need. That's
Yeah.
why frankincense oil is in the Bible and you can still use it today for the same healing.
Yes. Yes.
You know?
Frankincense, hyssop, all those,
Yep.
right? Like
Myrrh, all
that's
of it.
right. They talk about the moon and the cycles and all that sort of stuff. It's absolutely because the ancients knew what worked.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Yep.
let me ask you, what aspect of your person has been really supported with you doing the moon work?
I really want to say my feminine lineage.
Mm.
And the reason why, I read something the other day that said, if you telling the truth about your life experience broke your family apart, you didn't break a family. You broke a curse.
Ooh!
Monique, and you know me.
Yes, girl.
You know that shivered me down to my toes.
Yes.
Because I have been living on the earth since I was 20 years old thinking I broke my family apart, y'all.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And I did
mm-hmm.
not. I
Yeah.
rebirthed my lineage. It will never be the same.
Right.
My name will be in history. It's already in
Mm-hmm.
history. Nobody can take that from me.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can change that about me. I broke something apart and rebuilt it through my very being.
Yes.
Working with this moon, working with the steadiness and the rhythms and knowing where I am when I get lost. That moon helps me find myself again. It brings me back to center and gravity.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I have really reshaped the feminine lineage of my family. I have a almost 16-year-old daughter in there that loves me to pieces. We have a beautiful relationship. I am absolutely ruthlessly dedicated to creating harmonious and beautiful family mother-daughter relationships. I have 3 of them.
Congratulations, Gabrielle. I mean, that is a big deal. That is really significant. You know, it is, we watch, like, you know, at Follow the Sun, we are devoted to helping women heal because women heal families. And that is why we are here to offer tools and support and coaching and community and unconditional love so that we can do the work to heal ourselves because that will heal our families.
Yes.
And we think it's separate, but it's not. It's connected. And there's a mystical thing that happens because the moon holds the memory and governs the water. And the water and the moon hold the memory. And we are 70% water. So even when I say memory, I'm not talking about remembering yesterday. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that your body has programmed into the memory what to do with semen when it comes into your womb. That is cancer, like the mother, the feminine, that body knows what to do when a semen comes, like she knows that this does this, and then the body, the organs move over, so the baby, like, that is memory. But as much as you have that biological memory, you also have the emotional patterns of your mother and your grandmother and her mother and her mother. So whatever your mothers have gone through, the memory is in your body. And when we do this work, when we do the moon work, we get to reprogram it with these moon cycles.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it is, I mean, like I have watched you maneuver through your relationship with your family. I have watched you do it. It has been amazing. And I've done it myself, and we have watched other women do it. And you get to do it with setting intention and doing ritual practices. You don't have to go cuss nobody out. Like you can, but you don't have to.
Exactly. And that is essentially what the great mothers are doing and bringing us to. And I even feel it's probably connected to the South Node thing is through us being free, we're getting to trust ourselves again. Yeah. And when I say trust ourselves, I mean trust those little voices inside of us. Mm-hmm. Trust that intuition that's so primally connected to nature. Like I used to have the worst anxiety when a world catastrophe was about to happen, like 2 or 3 days. Mm-hmm. Just the way birds travel to the south when it's getting cold, that lives inside of women. And when we're quiet enough and we know ourselves enough and we practice ourselves enough, we trust ourselves enough to know what's going on inside of me is real. I was walking in Target yesterday, just talking from that place that people call delusion. I was like, stop asking me for $10,000. I'm not giving it to you right now. And my daughter looked at me like, Mom, I was like, I'm going to tell you that one day. I'm going to tell you that. I feel it in my body. I'm going to be telling people, don't ask me for another $10,000. I've already given you $10,000.
Yes.
Like,
ooh.
You know, that's what I mean. Trusting, me saying that today or yesterday, am I willing to trust myself enough to know that that's a future reality coming through me? That's what I mean about rewilding, coming to trust yourself again, believing you over what this external is doing and saying. Do you believe in you?
Yes. That's it. And that is the power of this Sagittarius moon, full moon in Cancer. Sagittarius new moon, faith and trust, right? Like literally connecting to the higher self, making that your primary relationship.
Yeah.
So that higher self can direct you in your rewilding. Yes. And one of the things that has been so profound for me with the moon work is that my life, what doesn't serve my life falls apart. But what does serve stays. So one of the things that I have experienced is, like this last few months, I've been working on rewiring my relationship with money. And what I needed to rewire was that there are things you can do that you don't have to spend money for. There are things you can do that you have access for in the forest or with your friends, or right? And my brain would always be calculating and counting everything, like everything should cost money.
Yeah.
And Spirit was showing me that you're missing out on so much of your power because you can pay for things. Like what would happen if you, rather than buying this, you actually planted a garden and grew it yourself? Yes. What would that do for you? Or what, rather than, sitting around complaining, call one of your girlfriends and ask them to do a gathering ritual with you so that you can tap into the feeling tone of what you desire, and the two of you agree on it and watch that thing come into, like, rather than trying to figure out how to get the money or what, no, how to get the feeling for what it is.
Get that fascia right. Get that tempo right. I'm telling you, women, we have all the say, even the projections we have of others. This is the true essence of the church, bringing souls together, capitalizing off of their energy, their intentions.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. We're here to manipulate the energy of
Yes,
life.
that's
When you
right.
eat
Yeah.
something, you are manipulating energy. When you take essential oils, you are
Mhm.
manipulating energy.
Mhm.
But this
Mhm.
is what us coming together and having churches and having spaces, spiritual spaces where people can come together and create an intention.
Yes. Yes.
So with the moon work, we meet 2, 3, 4 times sometimes a month
Mhm.
and have a collective meditation where we receive a word from everybody. We
Yes.
receive intention
Mhm.
and we come to a place of agreement together, because that internal world that we have, y'all,
That
I
spiritual world.
that
Yes.
spiritual world, we are being so inundated with information from technology and all the
Mhm.
things. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. All I'm saying is make sure you're balanced
Yes.
and that you're not letting the technology tell you what to do, because if that's the case, you have become AI.
Yes.
You be the programmer, okay?
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
stay the programmer. Humans are the programmers of AI.
That's right. Don't become
The feminine
programmed.
essence of who we are is the programmer. And
That's
so when
right.
there's a thought coming up, like, I'm thinking, oh, I'm never going to have what I want.
Yeah.
You never will.
That is so profound. One of the things, I mean, I've been using the moon work for years, but one of the things that was really practical, I was in a relationship with this man, and it just seemed like every time we would get on the phone together, there would be, we just weren't communicating well. We just, like, it's like I would say this and he would say that, and I would say this and he would say, like, it was just a real thing. And I started to feel really frustrated with it. And I was like, what am I going to do about this? And I couldn't talk to him directly about it. So, because if I would say this, he would say that, you know what I mean? So it was nothing that I could really speak to him really directly about, at least at the time, because the energies were just closed. So I just took it into a moon cycle. I just was like, I'm so thankful and grateful that such and such and I are communicating beautifully. We hear one another, we feel one another, we speak truth to one another, we receive what needs to be received, we are able to make the course corrections, and it happens with grace and ease. And it feels so good. It feels so good to be able to feel understood and to be able to understand. I feel so good. I worked with that for a moon cycle. It completely, like one day, 3 months later, I was like, oh, like I totally forgot about it. But everything was different. It had all changed. And this is the way we tap into our creative power as the feminine.
Yes.
Or within, and it's not, when I say feminine, I don't mean women. I mean in the feminine aspect, the internal aspect.
Yes.
Men can do this too. This is
Yes.
not just for women. But it was such an interesting thing, and I've used it to heal my body. I've used it to understand my relationship to my family. I've used it to connect, to make more money. I've used it to get my son into the school that I wanted to get. I've used it because literally it's the setting the intention with the power of the moon, which holds the memory and the energy. And when I start to move that energy with the moon cycle, the cosmos does the work of bringing the thing into manifestation just by me setting the intention and doing the rituals and practices.
Exactly. Can you hear me,
Yeah,
mommy?
I can hear
Okay,
you.
because my phone did something. But
Okay.
before I joined Monique in the Moon Room, I was a feminine polishing teacher. And
Mm-hmm.
when I think of the essence of the moon work, it truly is a feminine polishing school.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I say that is because we go to school for elementary, we learn everything about the external world.
Mm-hmm.
We learn how to be a part of the economy, how to do things,
Mm-hmm.
how to build things, how to
Mm-hmm.
make things. Every human on this earth needs feminine polishing
Yeah.
training.
Yeah.
You need to learn how to come back to your inner sources, your renewable resources,
Yes.
and
Is
create
inside
your
of you.
life.
Right.
You need this training
Mm-hmm.
because everybody in this world, all these ads are telling you to do this, do that, come do this, come do that. We are
Yes.
teaching you to be.
That's right. To be yourself.
To be.
That's right. That's right. And it's such an interesting thing because you don't understand how valuable that is until you actually access it. Like, so for me, my life was a mess. I actually used to feel like I couldn't access my power. I felt that. It was like I could
Mm-hmm.
feel this power and energy inside of me, but I couldn't access it to create or generate. And the things that I was experiencing in my life were chaotic, painful, felt like suffering, disconnecting. And it wasn't until I really learned how to come into myself that I was able to calm the chaos, to organize it. Let's say it like this. I don't want to say I calmed it, I organized it, because chaos is a natural part of the creative process. So I organized my relationship to the chaos.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, we're going high now. Okay, let me go. Or before I'd be going high, I'd be like, ah, and then we'd be going low. I'd be like, no, right? But now I'm like, okay, this is where we're going. And it's just a powerful, powerful process. So this month we're doing the new moon in Sagittarius. Building your faith is the greatest form of self-love.
Yes.
Building faith in yourself is the greatest form of self-love. And we start on December 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Gabrielle and I are facilitating this amazing, beautiful course together. I'm so grateful to have her because I've been doing it for so long without her. Let's say it without her. I've been doing it for so long without Gabrielle. And it is the complement between the two of us is really powerful because I guess, are we about 20 years apart? We are.
Yeah, we're about 20 years on ahead.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So Gabrielle has a perspective that is different than mine, but we complement one another. I find that Gabrielle is so magical, and like she's a, you know, if there, what's it called when a child is born already like something, like when you're already, like when you're born with, you're already a genius born. There's a name for it. I can't think of it in this moment. But Gabrielle is like genius in her spirituality, and it just comes so natural to her. So I'm just very blessed to have her on the team with me. And is there anything you want to say or offer before we?
Oh, an indigo child.
Yes.
I can see that.
Yes.
I can see that. I can see that. I'm an Aquarius too.
Yes.
You know, I really just want to invite people to join us in this space. You know, we're doing something very phenomenal. You know, we're calling people by name.
Yeah.
We are calling you by name to really access yourself and rewild, you know, like really explore who you are beneath the doings, which most of us are exhausted with that. We've been getting degrees, we've been going to school, we've been wearing ourselves out. We are stretched on the outside externally. And until you can familiarize yourself with your internal workings and what you deeply need to be dynamic, buoyant, and powerful, you just you're looking, you're searching. Most of us are looking for something in the world, and I promise you, it is you you're looking for. It is you.
That's right.
There's nobody else you're looking for.
That's right. Nothing else but you. And one of the profound results is now that I've been doing the work and I don't come from this function of doing, I can just think of things and they show up.
Yeah.
Without me taking one action other than like, oh, I thought of that and there it is, right? Like, I mean, things that are weird. Like one time I was like, oh, I need one of those organizing boxes to organize the mail that have all the slots in it. It has like 6 slots going down this way and 6 going this way and all, right? And I was like, I need to go get one of those. And I'm driving down the street and there one is right on the sidewalk. I mean, how random is that?
Wow.
How random is that? The other day I was saying I was like, I need to go get another juicer. And a girlfriend called me later that day. Monique, I have this like juicer over here. Do you need? Yes, it brings me the juicer. It's a brand new juicer, just like the one that I was going to go buy. But this happens all of the time. These are just two random, like this happens to me daily. It's a
Yeah.
daily experience.
Yeah.
And it is because of this inner world that I have cultivated that is become a magnet that just magnetizes what it is I'm desiring.
Yes. 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 So that is the invitation, y'all. We
Yes.
begin. Links are in both of our bios. Mine
Mm-hmm.
is a discovery call. I bring people through a discovery call. I'll show you the back end. Like you just book a session with me. It's free. I'll show you the back end of what our community looks like. I'll help you get signed up. You know, Monique has links in her bio.
Mm-hmm.
And we are always expanding this space for you all. So for now, it's just virtual, but we're building to create live events
Yes.
all over the world.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So join us. Let us serve you. I know
Mm-hmm.
you're out serving the world in whatever capacity that is. Let us serve you and support you. And I'm looking forward to another beautiful lunar cycle.
Yay, me too. Me too. This last one was great.
It
So thank
was.
you so much for coming today. I really appreciate you. I love you, and I'll see you at Follow the Sun.
Love you, Monique. Love
Bye-bye.
you,
Love you too.
everyone.
Gabrielle.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.